to Tuesday's live Q&A. Today we are on YouTube and Facebook. So looking forward to your questions. If you want to put questions in the sidebar, then we'll be able to entertain all of your questions and be able to give you a brief energetic clearing. So while we're waiting for people to show up, there's a few things I wanted to talk about. One is some new information that's come down the pike for myself. I know there's a lot of, there's excitement for some, disappointment for others with the way things are turning out with the election and so forth. And one of the things that is helping me to stay calm and not worried, besides the fact that I do practice what I preach, is I took an energetic look at the president and discovered, and I'll check it right now just to make sure. So he has no anger, he has no fear, martyr, 0. And he has no outgrown guides or fear entities, those influences that tend to bring people's energies down. And so he is not worried about what's going on, which makes me feel calm for some reason. If he's not worried, then, I think things are going to be taken care of one way or the other. So it kind of seems as though the collective consciousness has a significant amount of martyr energy, so that they're kind of doing things the hard way. So it is what it is, right? Some people are going to do it the hard way, like some people are going to vaccinate, some people are not. And we just have to be clear about what we're doing and do it on purpose. Whatever it is we decide to do, we need to do it on purpose. And because we're convinced and we've done enough research, we're not just doing things because our friends are doing it or our family is doing it. We're doing things because we strongly believe and we have a conviction about what we're doing. So I just want to put that out before we start asking or answering questions today. Let me see if we've got something already, and if not, there's something else I wanted to talk about. So, hey, Jennifer, good to have you here, and Roma from London. So we're still waiting for people to show up, which is fine. So one other thing I wanted to talk about, which is some new information, which there's a lot more things that are revealed to people that are sort of in the inner circle, where I'm working more directly with people. And so this information's already been revealed to the small group that I'm working with every single day, where we get together live and we run our energy. We do the process that I have found extremely successful. It's what I teach in my new book, Access Your Ultimate Power, the Blueprint to Infinite Intelligence, now available on Amazon. However, that really powerful process of clearing lower vibrating energies in our energy field has become a practice. And so we're doing this with a group every single day. And this current group is ending on the 18th. And so in this group, this is where the newest information is going to be revealed first. And also I talk about things on there that I'm not necessarily going to talk about on a public platform, because I've already been deleted from Instagram. And so we're trying to behave ourselves here. At any rate, so for those of you who are interested in more of the really important things that maybe we don't talk about publicly, get in on the inner circle. So the next group of daily practices is starting January 1st. It's a very powerful, energetically encoded program. And so Spirit has directed me to do this. And the theme this time is all related to love. Lord knows we need more love on the planet, right? Love is kryptonite for these powers that be, for the 1%, for this reptilian energies that are ruling over everything. And so we need, spirit is directing us to increase our, not only more love on the planet, but the quality of our love. Like Hawkins, he had the scale that measured human consciousness, and he put love at 500 on that scale. So that is really a very, very primary, very basic kind of love. Like, I love lollipops. And so, with this new scale, the infinity scale that's outlined in the book, this new scale talks about a love that's far more elevated, and it reaches up into the realms of infinity, infinite possibilities. And so this is all related to unconditional love. Like, no matter what's going on, we can still emanate this energy and vibration of love for each other, love for our mistakes, love for our growth periods and our evolution and our wonky ways of trying to ascend. And, we're all doing the best we can with what we've got, right? And so, this new vibration of love is what's being called to the planet right now. And this is part of how we're counterbalancing and counteracting these energies that are leaving the planet. And it feels a little awkward, doesn't it? It feels a little unsettling and disruptive because we're all becoming more and more empathic. We're all feeling more and more of what's going on the planet. And so, as these energies that are dismantling, so if anything has become obvious, at least for 75 million people, how dishonest our judicial system is and our electoral system, that even the highest courts on the land are supporting this fraud and this, all whatever went on with the election. That was, anyway. So that is, that's opened a lot of people up to all new awareness about what's really going on. What can we trust? So they've created this as well to help us see how dishonest the what they've created is, and how it's not working, and it's falling apart. And so this needed to be seen, so that as it's falling apart, people will go, yeah, well, of course, look what they created. So this is all part of the dismantling process that is happening. And it's comforting to know that we've got tools that keep us in these higher vibrations of love and joy and bliss, irregardless of anything that's going on out there. Now, you'd think the president, he would be the most upset about what's going on, right? No, he's not, because he's not worried. He knows there's other things that are working. So anyway, let's see what we've got going on here. Some questions. People are showing up. Hey, Z. And we have Champagne. This is a new person. So we're entertaining questions for the very first time live on YouTube. So if you have a question, something you want me to look at, maybe something you're struggling with, something you don't understand, maybe where you're stuck or why you're stuck. Maybe you don't even know why you're stuck or why you can't progress. So post a question and I'll look at your energy field and we'll see what we have going on. So we have Z. Can you please help me with loving myself beyond all elite energetic interference? You are such an infinite lighthouse. Thank you very much, Z. I appreciate you always showing up and your great support, and you are also a huge empath, and so I know you feel a lot of what's going on. So how can you love yourself even more? Like, how can you find even more love? Let's see where there's more love available to you. The place that's showing up is in your heart. All the way out to the 30th layer. So here's one other thing that I didn't talk about, and I think, yes, it is. Okay, good. So you are the first person that I've publicly cleared this with. It's a new discovery, something that I've known about for, we just disappeared on Facebook. So hang on while we reconnect here. Um, we'll just, I'll have to add a title later. Okay, we're just going to go live again. So hang on. So we're back live on Facebook. And so we were just talking about something that new that I've just discovered. And this is, they're called control beings. So this is something that I learned about 20 years ago when I was at the psychic school, but I forgotten about it. And as I was working through some intense energies the other day with a friend, we got at this sort of spiritual impasse. It was kind of like my perfect pictures against their sabotage pictures. And so in the process, discovered these control beings. And so they're different than fear entities, which the 1% uses to control us. So fear entities use fear to try and make us afraid, to stop us, to make us tired, distracted. Fear shows up in a lot of ways. These control beings are a little bit different in that they, now that I'm starting to clear them in more and more people, I'm starting to see the pattern of how they operate. So one is they generally operate in that sixth chakra all the way out to the 30th layer where the reptilian energies are. So that's trying to affect how we think. So let's see where your control beings are. At least we have this one that's affecting your ability to create more self-love. And so this is a great question. I'm so glad this is happening because the energy that I'm about to clear is something that a lot of you will benefit from, even just by listening to this again, whether it's recording or you're just here listening on the platform, that you'll be able to tap into the energies that are happening and be able to create some clearing for yourself. So let's see where your control being is. So we know it's in the heart. Yes, all the way out to the 30th layer. So these are beings that are being used by the reptilian energies. Now we know love is kryptonite for the 1%, for the reptilians, for these darker energies that are trying to siphon off energies from us that feed them. And so this is why they stir up the anger, the fear, the anxiety. That's all the energies they live on. And so at the same time, they're stirring that up, but they're trying to push down our heart energy. So this is another place and way that the heart energy is getting pushed down. So we're going to go out to the 15th layer, the 30th layer at your heart, both front and back, Z. And we're going to pull in this energy and we're going to send it up through the central core, because this is energy that definitely needs to go off planet, just like the fear entities and the outgrown spirit guides that we clear. And so if a lot of this is kind of foreign, what I'm talking about, this is all explained in my new book. That's Access Your Ultimate Power, the Blueprint to Infinite Intelligence, outlines the infinity system that we use here, and the infinity scale, which is a step up from the Hawkins scale. So the new scale now goes to infinity. The Hawkins scale stopped at 1,000. Okay, great. So this control being, as we pull this up into the throat, goes all the way out to the 30th layer. So they don't want to hear what you have to say. They censor everything, right? They think that by keeping us quiet and not speaking our truth, that they can disable us somehow. But the truth is, you cannot unwake people. All the people that have woken up, you cannot put them back to sleep. It's never going to happen. That's against the laws of physics. So that's not going to happen. So that's okay. They are going to just keep trying. So as we pull this up into the sixth chakra, Goes all the way out to the 30th layer. So this is a reptilian being that's used to try and control us. So now we found a whole nother way that that we can counterbalance the ways that they're trying to influence us, make people feel powerless. Okay, great. And then as we pull this up into the crown, it also goes out to the 30th layer. So Z, I haven't read the comments yet. I have to put my glasses back on, but let me know if you're noticing this shift here that's going on, because it feels like this would be a really good and big shift for you. Okay, great. So your heart, I didn't measure it before, but your heart's open 100% now. And so let's see if you're noticing anything different. Let's see. We'll get back to you in just a second, Champagne, please. That might be. So, Z, these are all things like you're asking me to help you keep your aura close to you. These are things that you just need to practice with. Practice extending your aura, pulling it in close to you so that you know that you have control of your energy field. You have control of your energies. So, really important. And that's going to be really helpful for you to practice that. Great. We have some new people on board. Okay, great. Let's see what Champagne has to say. I have a question. Need help. I want you to look into dealing with two males, one in an ex karmic one and a new connection, and they are draining my energy. So it sounds as though, Champagne, that you're running a program that it keeps attracting the same thing, right? So let's see what the program is and if they're energetically courting to you. So we'll go with the X first. He is not energetically courting to any of your chakras. Let's see if he's in your aura. Yes, he's in the third layer of your aura, which connects to your solar plexus. So that's going to affect your how you're able to access your power. So as I'm helping you clear this third layer, especially around the solar plexus, actually a little bit above that, where it's affecting your ability to connect your heart to your power. So we're just going to help you drain that energy out of your aura, and this will give you access to more of your power so you won't feel so drained and tired. And then the new person, now he is connected to your solar plexus. He's corded there. So we want to take that out. So we're going to take this energy cord out. We never cut. We always gently pull so it gets all of the residual energies, leaves no energy behind. Okay, great. Just pulling that out. And so I want to measure your victim energy, because that is what feels like what they're climbing in on, is an old picture of feeling victimized. So your victim energy, yeah, it's up to 95%. So we attract what we emit. Now, you obviously don't know that you're emitting that, and that's the benefit of being able to get a personal altitude report where I measure 40 things, and then you know exactly what you're emitting and why you're attracting what you are. So in this case, let's see where the victim energy is. It's in your root chakra, out to that third layer. So this is where you're not feeling safe to step into your power. So we're just going to send that energy down your grounding and all the ways that you feel taken advantage of, not appreciated, maybe literally victimized. Okay, good. So we just send all that down the grounding. So now doing that cleared all but 15%. There's 15% victim energy left, and it's right here. So these are the beliefs in your sixth chakra about feeling powerless. So we're going to pull that in. And it looks like there's also some I'm going to say some sexual abuse energy. To what degree and extent, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It's just that it's affected you and it's made you feel powerless. So it doesn't matter the degree, it matters the effect. So we're going to pull that powerless belief, looks like from the age of 10. And so that's where this original victim energy got implanted. And so just over time, everything is contributing and building to that energy. And so unless you clear that bottom, it's like a house of cards. Unless you clear that bottom card, I mean, it's a fast way to dissolve everything that's above that. So let us know if you're feeling a shift in that, and keep us posted here when you come back in the weeks to come. Wow, yes, they are mirroring me. Okay, good. Yes, there's so much we don't know, right? We don't know what we don't know. So, thank you for letting us look. This is helpful information for me to upgrade my third eye. Yes, absolutely. Oh, that's Z. Yes. Oh, hey, Crystal. Okay. Hang on. We're going to give some new people a chance first. Let's see. Alondra. Oh, that's you. Oh, that's you, Crystal. Hang on. Okay, hang on. Jess is also a new person. Dealing with the effects of the virus, and is there any energy clearing you can help with? Yes. So thank you for asking that question. That's a really great question for everybody to benefit from. Is how do you counteract the balance, the effects of this whole, I call it a pandemic, but whatever it is. So number one is to keep our vibrational energy at peak performance. Viruses only thrive in low vibrating environments. So if you want to be counterbalance all of this energetically, you're going to keep your vibration high. So let's see where this is affecting you. In the root chakra, all the way out to the 15th layer. So that's where the 1% energy lives in your energy field, that's creating this effect where it's causing you to not feel grounded and off balance and worried. So we're just going to pull in all of that worry. This is all being led by this 1% energy. And yes, the virus is real. The pandemic is not real. That's the part that's made up. So that's why there's all these conflicting things. Do your research. Do your research so you can know what's true. Okay, great. Yeah. So things like that, and these are things that I've measured are true, that 85% of the cases that have been declared as deaths as a result of this virus were not. They were as the result of pre-existing conditions. And the doctors are paid to declare something as a COVID death. So there's been a lot of monetary influence behind this. At any rate, it all will come out in the wash, and yeah. But when it's in your face every day, every direction you turn, it's very challenging to stay grounded. So this is where the energy is that you can drop down your grounding cord. Also, keeping these two energies, the energy of anger and fear, out of your energy field Fear serves no purpose unless you're about to touch a hot flame. Then fear is very helpful. For your children not to run out on the freeway. I mean, those are real legitimate things to be afraid of. But they have us afraid of breathing healthy air. Yet they will take our dirty, filthy COVID money. So, the people have lost their senses. What makes sense anymore is not making sense. So the fear. So let me check the fear and anger in your energy field. So fear is at 50%. Let's find out where that is in the root, out to that third layer. So that's that fear of being powerless, fear of losing control, fear of the future, fear of the unknown, all of those fears. So we can just dump all of that down the grounding cord. Excellent. And so these are things that, like, can you imagine doing this every single day for 20 to 30 minutes? We do this every single day, and this is what we're going to be doing on the next program that starts on January 11th. Okay, fear is now at 0. So notice if you're starting to feel calmer. And then anger, also at 50%, which is also in your root, also out to the third layer. So you've been using fear as your motivator, as your fuel source. And it's a common thing that's happening right now, but it's not your real power. And it's exhausting, right? So we're just releasing all of that anger down your grounding. And this is how you stay calm in a high vibration so that you can continue in the days to come as things start to unravel bigger and might seem even more chaotic, especially as we're passing through this portal on the 21st, which is the winter solstice. It's also this conjunction where the birth of this Aquarian age. And so someone mentioned to me the other day, and I was thinking the same myself. It's like, I thought this happened back in 2012, right? That we passed through the portal then, and that was the age of Aquarius. And so to me, it reminds me of the Mandela effect. It's like, well, no, that's how it used to be. Now it's this. And it also reminds me of how year after year, as a Jehovah's Witness, being born and raised as a Jehovah's Witness, we always had a new date of when Armageddon was supposed to be happening. So whether it is or whether it isn't, it certainly feels like it. It certainly feels like the energies are very intense now. But this is how you deal with it, by eliminating the energies that we just talked about and staying in a really high vibration. Let's see what else we got. So this is great. We have so many new people on YouTube, which I love. And we have a whole bunch more people showing up here on Facebook. Great. Hey, Misty, nice having you here. Kathy, MJ, Gordon, nice. Jennifer, Yen Lee, nice to see you here. I haven't seen you in a while. Misty, let's see what she's got. I'm struggling closing the door at a 7-year abusive relationship. Abusive. Okay, great. I don't mean great that it's been abusive. Obviously, great that you're finally stepping into your power so you can step out of this. It's an old program. And so this is what pulls us into these things, is we have old programming. Doesn't matter where we got it, whether it was our mother or our grandparents or whatever. It's here, right? So the first place that's showing up is right in the heart, out to that third layer. So there's a dominant picture in there, an energy that says that you need to prove your worth and value for you to receive love. So that's a lie, but it's here. So let's help you clear that. We're going to pull it into the core, and we're going to send it down the grounding. And so this energy it's like a hamster wheel. because you're trying to prove something that's already true. You're already lovable. You're already enough. You're already worthy. But it's a pattern. You've developed this pattern. Um, so I'm just checking how open your heart is, because this is what's happening with women across the board. Is we are stepping into the power of the feminine energy in our hearts. This is the kryptonite to the dark energies on the planet. This is why women are being called forward with all of our gifts. And we all have different kinds of gifts and different ways. And there's so many facets to this diamond feminine energy that is coming forward on the planet right now, that light heart energy. So your heart is open 100%. So that's really good. And let's see if you have that victim energy. It's kind of like the theme that seems to be showing up here today. Victim energy is at only 15%. I didn't measure it before. We cleared that heart. But let's see where the rest of that victim energy is. Right at the solar plexus, out to the third layer. So here is where your power has been pushed down. It's been compressed, like you don't have access to all of your power. And that makes you feel victimized. When it makes you feel helpless. That's what being a victim is, right? We don't feel powerful enough to step into this energy that will protect us, that will say no, that's unafraid. So we're just going to drop that energy down the grounding so that you don't have to be victimized anymore, because you're not going to emit that kind of energy. So now that victim energy is at 0. There's still a little bit of fear, 15% in the root, out to that third layer. So we're just going to pull in that fear at your root. It's a fear that, like, I've been in an abusive relationship, so I know what it's like to be afraid of someone else's potential threat. Like, they put this threat energy in your space. If you leave, then this. If you tell other people, then this. And so it's always like a threat. And unless we let go of the fears, and we don't open up a place to step into our power, we stay in this hamster wheel. So this is good. So give us some feedback if this is, if you're noticing a difference, if you're feeling this difference. And it's a great question because it's going to help a lot of women. So thank you for asking that. Misty. Owen is watching. Hey, Dirk, nice having you show up here. Great. Let's go back to YouTube and we'll see what else we have here. Garima here. Tinnitus. It's buzzing all the time. Yes. So this is, it may or may not be tinnitus, because what's happening, like even as I'm listening right now, there is this high-pitched sound, and it's actually us being able to hear our nervous system. This is how awake, conscious, aware that we are becoming, is that we are hearing things that maybe we've not been aware of before, that have always been there, but we haven't been aware of it. So even right now, I can hear this high-pitched sound, and I know that's my nervous system. So, but let me check yours and see what else you have going on in the ears. So there is an energy, we cleared this, I think, last week as well, that's going into your ears, and it extends all the way out to the 15th layer. So this is one of the ways that the 1% is controlling humanity, is they're plugged right into our ears, which is going to affect all of our telepaths, all of our communications, what we hear that we think is our thoughts, but they're not. And so this creates a lot of confusion for people because they think that everything they think in here is theirs, and it's not. So let's pull this energy out of our ears, this 1% energy, and we're just going to send that energy back to them. So this may or may not affect your tinnitus, but you might have a new relief, like peace of mind that it's not necessarily something that's harmful. When we hear that ringing, we can know that we can hear our nervous system working. Whew, okay, good. So so there's still some more energy there at the ears. So it's congested now out to that third layer. So now we're going to pull this energy into the ears. Why am I going in one direction, out another? I don't know. I'm just listening. So it's saying to pull it in. See, it gets right to that eardrum, and then it's like stopping. Still saying to go in. So we're going to pull it all the way into the core of our central channel, and we're going to send it down that grounding cord there. There we go. Excellent. There. So notice if you're feeling any difference in the ears, maybe the ringing is maybe calmed down a little bit or doesn't feel quite as annoying. Let me know. Feel a lot calmer now. Great, Jess. Okay. Yes, I'm glad to be here as well. Can you tell me about soulmates? Hey, Jalpa, nice having you here. She's from India, so we've got an international audience for sure. Soulmates. So I think there are lots of people we can be soulmates with. I don't know enough about the whole twin flame thing to know that's a whole nother thing. Souls that have been split, and I don't know about that. As far as soulmates, I believe we have lots of people on the planet that we can be soulmates with, that we've shared many lifetimes with. And what I've discovered is that the ones that we reconnect with, we often have unresolved lifetimes with them. So there's somebody that you're curious about, asthma. And so I want you to think about this one person. And I'm going to check and see how many past lives you have with them. So just think about one person. Yes, it's a male. So you've had 15 past lives with this person, and 3 are unresolved. So I'll just show you how easy this is to clear these past energies. So we'll just go the first lifetime where that energy is still in your field. In the root, out to the second layer. A lot of anger and rage. So in that lifetime, and so what's interesting is you see how this is still playing out in this lifetime. So you're probably not feeling really safe to step into your own anger. Like it's like he owned all the anger in that relationship and you didn't have permission to have your anger. And there's residual anger about that. So let's send that anger down your grounding. Okay, good. So the second lifetime, in the heart, out to the third layer. So you probably noticed that in this lifetime that you're still trying to prove your worth and value. And that's that hamster wheel I just talked about. It's already true. There's nothing to prove. Okay, so this is how easy these things can be cleared. Awesome. So that's just a little info on soulmates. We come together so we can continue to help each other on our evolutionary path. Oh, let's see here. Okay, good. Yes, Misty's going to share an update with us at some point, and she'll be back. Greetings from Italy. Great to have you here, Marlena. And I'm also always excited to hear where all of you are calling in from. So that's really helpful. Ciao from One Love. Are you also from Italy? Okay, Jalpa, from India. My back heart feels sore. I've been doing the meta clearing and it's great. Okay, well, let's take a look at her heart that feels a little sore. She's been doing a lot of energy work and working on some things. So great. There's some energy at your heart space, yes, at the back, that goes out to that 15th layer. So that's that 1% influence that's trying to push down your heart energy, preventing access to your infinite intelligence in your heart. And yes, you're welcome, Asma. And okay, good. So we're pulling in this energy at the heart. So, and it pulls into that third layer at the back, where there's still some of that proving energy. Like I know you work very diligently, and so it's the challenge is shifting from that hardworking, struggling pattern and habit of working that's as old as time to stepping into that more effortless magnetic feminine energy where things come to us. And this is a process. It doesn't just happen overnight because these are very old programs, processes, and so they can affect us in different ways. So just pulling that in. Hang on just one second. Okay, there we go. There's a little distraction there. So, yeah, the back of her heart, great there. So now that heart energy is cleared. Good. And so great. So let us know if you feel a difference there in that clearing that energy so that it feels maybe not so sore. Yes. Okay. Could you so here's good music. Always great. Music is such a healer, isn't it? New person, could you please assist with my situation where I sense anxiety every time I encounter or hear from this man manager whom I have an annual meeting with? So the annual meeting is coming up. So it's good to know that you can tell the difference between how you feel before, like before this meeting, and during the meeting. So this energy that you're feeling, this anxiety, is not your energy, right? That's really clear. So let's see what's happening. So this manager is plugged into your solar plexus. So he tries to control what you're doing. And since you're working for him, he's trying to control how you work, maybe what you do as your work. And so there's a lot of control energy there. So we're going to pull him out of your solar plexus. So here's what you do at your next meeting. If you start to feel anxious, now you know what he's doing. Go to your solar plexus and pull him out because you're an empath and you're feeling his energy. My guess is that he's very angry. Yes, he's 100% angry. And like a lot of people, he is not aware of it because he's not in his body. He's only in his body 15%. So he's not going to feel all the anger that he runs through his energy field. And people like that operate in sort of a reckless kind of way. They're just unaware of how they affect people around them because they're not at home. So now you know this is insider information to be able to deal with people like this. So 765. The other place he chords is right at your root chakra. So even though you're working for him, he's relying on you for helping to keep his business going and operating. So he's relying on you, and so he's corded to your soul, your root chakra. We're going to take him out of there as well to expand that circle of energy there. Just send him all back. No cutting cords. So all this is outlined in my book, what we're doing here. Access Your Ultimate Power, the Blueprint to Infinite Intelligence on Amazon. Okay, great. So we're just going to send that back. Now notice if you are feeling less anxious about this meeting now. My guess is that you're feeling less anxious. So when it's time for the meeting and you're starting to feel that, it's not your energy. Now you know where to go to pull them out. Okay, great. Marlena from Italy. I had a crown chakra opening 2 days ago. I experienced sometime moments of no mind, but I still can't establish myself into it. I feel stuck. Can you give any insight? I appreciate you. Okay, great. Let's take a look at your crown. So, there is some energy right at the second layer of your crown. There's a circle of energy up here. And at that circle, it's stuck right at the second layer. So let's see what that energy is. It's anger. So whether or not it's yours, it's not yours. So while you may have had this awakening at your crown, something started to come in that was not your energy that's very angry. So let's pull that out. So we're going to pull this energy into the core of your crown so we can lift it up and out so that you can start accessing more of your personal sovereignty. Right here is where we give ourselves permission. But if somebody's in there and really angry, they're not going to allow you to have your permission. Okay, great. There. So now pure source should be able to come down through your crown. 7, 6, 5, 4. Yes, so now it's coming in through the crown, but it stops right at your heart. Out to that third layer. Seems to be the theme today, proving your worth and value. So we're going to just pull that judgment in that you have about maybe doing things wrong, not working hard enough, all those judgments. Okay, excellent. So that should help with the crown issue. So let's see, we got about 10 more minutes. Let's see what else we can do here. Okay, Jalpa says that she felt her heart opening, so that's great. Awesome. And Good Music is saying, feeling less anxious. Thank you so much for joining us and for your questions. Otherwise, this would be useless, right? This would not be helpful at all. Oh, wow. Okay. Spot on in the reading of the dynamic situation with Good Music. Okay, great. Yes. So this is, I know this works, but I appreciate your comments because then you help other people understand that this is what we're doing here is real stuff and it actually does work. And if you want to know how to do it, get the book. Hey, Antonio, nice to have you here on Facebook. Any more questions? We have time for maybe a couple more questions. New people, I'm especially interested in helping if you're a new person with a question. So I'll see if I got anything else. Um, Goddess 9 is this is Xylea, I think that is. Could you look into my business avatar? Still struggling with getting my business to start generating revenue. Okay, so one of the things that's showing up that says I should check is the energy of shame. Yes, so that's up to 95%. So if we have a lot of energetic shame in our energy field, we will go into hiding, and then your clients can't find you. So let's clear any shame that you have for whatever the reasons are, doesn't really matter. It's in there, it's not in your chakras, so it's in your aura. Third layer. So that's there's shame around how powerless you are manifesting. You're manifesting what you feel and what's going on energetically. So you're not feeling powerful, and that you have shame around that. So we're just clearing the shame out. Just send that down the grounding. So now the shame is at 0. I didn't measure it before. Oh, yes, I did. I was at 95. There we go. Yes. Shame is at 0 now. Your money vibration is at infinity already, and you're aligned in all your chakras. It's running through your circle of reciprocity. So the money piece is less the issue than the reasons why the clients aren't showing up. So shame is one energy that they can't find you. You're in hiding energetically. There's also some fear, about 50%. Let's go to the root, out to that third layer. I'm going to clear that. Okay, great. And send that down your grounding. And then, so I'm assuming, well, I can't assume anything. I'll ask if you are, you've got programs, you're putting programs out there, you're telling people what you do, you're letting them know how much you charge, you're letting them know the transformation that they can expect as a result of what it is that you address. So I'm going to assume that all that's out there. And if not, like some people, they're not making any money, but then they're not asking for it either. So just saying. So hopefully the shame piece will be the piece that will start to shift things for you. All right. I believe in my heart that this is a resting period, and I will receive an income opportunity in January. Okay, Crystal. Oh, and so it is. May your dreams come true. Let me just check your money vibration and a few things for you, Crystal. So money vibration is at infinity, but you're not aligned in it in your root chakra. So go out to the third layer where that powerless energy that you're talking about is happening. So you could wait till January, but maybe you don't have to, right? Maybe it's available now, but you're not aligned to it. So this energy in your root, which has a lot of worry in it, is not aligned with what you're trying to create. Okay. And then your circle of reciprocity. So it comes out the shoulder part way, stops just before the elbow. So that's the energy that Crystal is giving out into the world, and it's only going out part way. So in order to receive, this circle has to be clear and moving and flowing. So we're just going to help Crystal bring that energy all the way through, and it stops right at the left hand. Uh, so you're not going to be receiving until you clear this. So let's clear this receiving energy up your left arm, shoulder, front and back of the heart, throat, 6 crown rings. Excellent. Okay, great. So for those of you who enjoy this work that I do here, that you find it helpful, consider joining us for the next program. It starts January 11th. This is all by design, not my design, by Spirit's design. It's working with the numbers of 1, which has to do with how our thoughts create our reality, and the number 2, the seeds we are planting are beginning to grow. So for 27 days, which is a 9, all about beginnings and endings, for 27 days, we're going to be practicing this process of running your energy. I'm in the background making sure that you're releasing the energies just like I do here. And so we're going to do that for 27 days. You take Sundays off just as a day to integrate. It's in 3 phases. And so this is the important part about how powerful this program is, that I didn't figure this out. I'm not smart enough to figure this out. But this is how it lands. 3 9-day sections starting on January 11th. So that's 1/11. It goes till 1/21. The second section goes from 2/22 to, no, excuse me, it goes from 1/22 to 2/1. The third section goes from 2/2 to 2/11. So that's numerically how Spirit has designed this program to amplify the energies of 1 and 2 over these 27 days, where we're going to be focusing on elevating our love quotient, our love vibration. So you will benefit the most from this. If 1, you want more self-love. I say, who doesn't want more of that? We need more of that on the planet to counteract this dark energies on the planet. The second person that will benefit from this is someone who's in a relationship and they want to improve their relationship. So that's number 2. The third group of people that this will benefit are those who want to call in a relationship. So this is all marching towards recalibrating you for Valentine's Day, which has a lot of programs in it, right? It has a lot of expectations. It leaves people feeling crappy and lonely. And so if you want to create something different when that day shows up, we're going to be spending 27 days clearing out all the programs that make us feel crappy at Valentine's Day, that make us feel lonely, that make us feel like we don't feel loved in the relationship that we're in, or that we cannot seem to, for the life of us, call in the relationship that's aligned, that's always that same pattern. How do we break the pattern? We're going to be doing that over 27 days starting January 11th. So hopefully you'll be joining us. If you sign up even now, which it's already open, the link will be here in this thread on YouTube, and it's in Facebook in my bio on the Linktree link. So sign up. There's 2 bonuses that you can already start to implement today. They're available immediately, and these are going to help you with the energies of fear and anger. Some really powerful exercises and some very specific meta clearings in there. So hopefully you'll be joining us for that. I'm going to be taking a break after the 18th until the January 11th. I've got a project I'm working on, and so I'm excited that I'll be doing that. So Join us on Friday for Friday's inspiration. Spirit hasn't decided yet what we're doing, so I will see what shows up for Friday's inspiration. It's always inspiring. It's always a great clearing where we spend an hour clearing energies and stuff that's coming up. So join us on Friday. You can get more aligned, more integrated, and so that we can all move through this really challenging time with some tools that are really effective. So you don't have to be struggling and suffering and worried and angry and all of that stuff. It's not necessary. Suffering is now optional. So join us on Friday for that. And thank every one of you for showing up, especially all you new people, people from Italy, from India, from England, and all across the world. So anyway, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on Friday. If Instagram's not up by Friday, we'll be here on these two platforms again. So thanks again, everyone, for showing up. Sending much love. Namaste.